April 1st has passed, which means we can go back to pretending the news isn't fake. Music rhythm VR games couldn't save Harmonix. Who knew? Rocket League is fast and furious. Mad Catz can no longer sell you trash, but Nintendo can. And more.
Game Club, episode 26.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. Well, it's Game Club News of the Week.
News of the week.
I figured we'd start with some non-news to kick off the news of the week.
Fast and the Furious?
Non-news? I mean, everybody knows it, or it's old?
No, as in it's all fake.
Okay.
April 1st, the internet's gotten into this thing where every April 1st, all the news is,
It's
fake.
ridiculous. I can't even deal with it.
And IGN.com was nice enough to put together a wiki of all the fake news stories that came out on April 1st for video games.
Yeah.
And I thought we'd just talk about
Half-Life 3? What?
That's the overused one. They always do the Half-Life 3.
It's the only one I
Everybody
care about.
knows that's not real.
I know.
I mean, even if it was said on like January 25th, people are like, nope, it's not real.
They're getting more creative. You see, someone posted a picture of like a sign they found, like supposedly outside of a game convention, and it was like, an announcement sign or something like that.
Yeah.
Now
that I
someone
think
went to the
about
time
it-
to printed a sign, got it made at Kinko's or Vistaprint, and then took a picture of it on their cell phone and then posted it to their social media.
Now that I think about it, Valve ought to drop that game, release it on April 1st.
Sure, yeah.
And just see what the response is. There'd be crazy confusion and furor over what's real and what's not real. It'd be pretty good.
That's like a Rick and Morty tactic.
Yeah. So one of my favorites was the Witcher bath time Geralt figure.
The Garrett figure?
Geralt from Witcher. The Garrett figure.
We should have a Garrett
bath time
action figure.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, we should all get 3D printed.
This one seemed to upset a lot of people. The 8-bit Bayonetta for Steam. So on Steam, an actual game page opened up on April 1st for 8-bit Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a hack and slash platinum game that the first one was on a bunch of consoles. The second one was only on the Wii U, oddly. And
Because it's such a family game.
right, and people really want it elsewhere, or a third game elsewhere. And so this 8-bit game came out, which looks really neat at first, but when you download it, all you can do is throw something and jump, and all the monsters come at you. So it's obviously just this...
So just a disappointing prank.
I wonder how much Sega paid for that.
Yeah, Sega, they must have paid a pretty good penny, and people are hoping that this is good viral marketing, and that they're about to release something that's for real, but that's just hope for now.
Jeez.
Yeah, it seems like there's a good way to do these April Fools fake news and bad ways.
Make people laugh, not make people sad.
Yeah. Here's my favorite one. Did you see, Chris, the talking unicorns in Battlefield 1?
No.
Okay, so on April 1st, if you played Battlefield 1, all the horses were replaced with talking unicorns.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh my gosh, the voices are so funny. They're
funny.
so good. You got to watch a video.
So that's kind of real because it's actually happening in a game.
It was more of an April Fool's joke. It wasn't really news. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Grand Theft Auto was always good about that.
Yeah.
Like it'd be snowing on Christmas and things like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. Also, if you had gone on Google Maps, you could have played Miss Pac-Man
I did.
on your map.
Yeah, it was annoying.
I did it in my neighborhood. Oh, you didn't have to click on the Miss Pac-Man icon.
The
No.
difference between Garrett and Chris. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that was annoying.
I did it while driving, so it was kind of hard because I kept wanting to go wrong way street.
I gotta eat all the dots.
Officer, I was trying to escape the pink ghost.
Say, why are you in 2 lanes? I'm eating dots.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Harmonix is laying off 17 employees, which that's sad news, and it's not fake news, it's for real. And this is now, see, I really like Harmonix. If you're not familiar,
Yeah, what do they make?
They've first of all, they became big because they made the first 2 Guitar Hero games.
All right.
Then they and Activision split ways, and they wanted to continue to make guitar games. They created Rock Band.
Oh, okay.
All the Rock Band games.
Those are
So
great.
Guitar Hero 3 and 4 are not actually made by the Guitar Hero 1 and 2 people. So if you're thinking in terms of the company behind it, the lineage is Guitar Hero 1, 2, then Rock Band 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That's why 3 and 4 and everything that comes after 4 for Guitar Hero just
Man, I
seems
miss those games.
not
They
quite the
don't
same.
come out those anymore, huh?
Well, they have been. last year there was a new Guitar Hero and a new Rock Band.
New hardware too. New instruments.
Yeah. Well, Rock Band doubled down on history, so like most of all of the instruments from both Guitar Hero and old Rock Band games could work on Rock Band 4.
That's cool.
And if you had like PlayStation 3 peripherals, they could work on the PlayStation 4.
Oh.
And I think it was the same with the Xbox ones.
Well, good, because you invest a lot of money in those instruments.
Right. But Guitar Hero tried to push forward with all new stuff. So they actually changed the button layout and the whole idea behind how you press the buttons and why. And so it required new peripherals, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just say Rocksmith.
Yeah, Rocksmith is probably the way to go, but nobody buys it, right?
What is that?
It uses a real guitar.
instruments?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Did I say a real guitaro?
Yeah, you did.
That's weird.
Doesn't it seem like we're doing way too many of these such and such companies closing stories?
Oh, probably.
Well, yeah.
I just mean, it's making me sad.
Hopefully there's no more today, right?
Bad gaming economy.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, that's what happens is the company, the industry expands and then it retracts, right?
Yeah.
You make
Is that because of corporate investment, you think, or because of gaming trends?
I think it's because of gaming trends, and it's because there's always companies that don't keep up with the trends. I mean, honestly, the music rhythm game is kind of dead right now, and it was a bad idea for Harmonix to double down on it.
Well, and I think probably we get the news about these small studios closing that we didn't in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had they had recently, when I say double down on the music rhythm game, they were making them for not only Rock Band 4 on all the consoles, but they had just recently put out a version of their game for Oculus.
Oh.
So
That's cool.
didn't seem like a great idea.
Well, no one's gonna buy it, but it seems. I mean, no one has Oculus that. that I know of. But
Yeah.
it seems fun. You could be on the stage, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's the cool part.
Look down and see your instrument, maybe.
But you'd still have to have like a big track in front of your face so you could follow what to do.
Yeah. You could
So
look
instead, you have this haunting track that won't let you look around it.
yeah.
That would be even more problematic for me.
And how do you make sure you put your hand back down if you can't see your guitar and your hand?
Right, exactly. You go to look down at the guitar, and all you see is more track. It's a curse.
Yeah, it probably sucked.
All right. Well, have you played Rocket League?
I have. I played it for about an hour or two. It's ridiculously fun.
Yeah.
You would think it's
Very addictive.
Yeah, you would think it's very hard, and it is at first, I guess, because it takes some decent amount of real physics to get the balls to go where you want them to go. But after a few minutes, it's fun.
That's an epic. That's what she said. Just
Yeah.
want to throw that out
Are we
there.
doing phrasing?
Phrasing?
It's fun. It's fun. And what I like about it is you can play. It's a couch game. It's a great couch game,
Yep.
right? And those are far and few between.
Well, in the past, they do DLC that's usually based on some kind of license. And in the past, they had the Back to the Future's DeLorean. And after that, the Batmobile from Batman vs. Superman. And now you can get a car out of the Fast and Furious games.
Yeah, but I mean, the Fast and Furious has 175 cars. So what's the point?
Because Fast and Furious has a submarine now, so
Yeah.
your argument is invalid.
No, I'm just saying, which one did you get?
You get the Charger. I think that's
God, I love
the
those movies.
who's the guy? Who's the bald guy?
Vin
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel,
Vin Diesel's character's car.
Dominic
Yeah, well,
Toretto.
he had that in the first one and then blew it up in 5 minutes. So why does that even?
And then he rebuilt it. That's what you do with old cars. You blow them up and you rebuild them.
You spin
Part
them
by
in
part.
the air and flip over 6 times and then walk out and be like, oh man, that was close.
That was rough.
Yeah, and then rebuild it.
I might have scuffed my clothes a little.
I could think of some. I think it's just some more fun licensed cars would be in there. It'd be cool to have Mario Kart. Just zooming around.
Forza, the new Forza had the Warthog.
Oh yeah,
From
you could race it.
Halo.
Was it
Yeah.
total real physics?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to
That thing
try
was
it.
so hard to drive. Can you imagine 4-wheel steering on Forza?
This is a rough headline by Kotaku. Hardware maker Mad Catz dies. That's an unapologetic way of telling that story.
I'm really sad about this.
Yeah, they've actually filed for bankruptcy is the more accurate
Okay, so
thing.
they
But
might
I
not be
mean,
done.
when a company files for Chapter 7, it's
Because all the
It's falling
kids out
apart.
there that their grandparents finally buy them the console they want, and their parents don't have any money, and so they
get the
parents
$20 controller.
Yeah, and they tell their parents, I need a new controller. How much are they? $80. Nope. They can go to the Target and get a
Get
Mad
the
Catz
Mad
for 20
Catz.
kids and give it to their friend.
Yeah.
The crappy controller, but still have another controller.
Yeah, I remember buying 2 Mad Catz controllers, and they had like a 6-month warranty, and both of them in the 7th month died.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you're way better off not buying Mad Catz ever, but that's not.
The most manly I ever felt was I was playing, I think it was Metal Gear Solid, the first one, and I had a Mad Catz PlayStation controller, and I got really, really frustrated. And you know, the shape of PlayStation controllers are kind of horseshoe shaped, right? And I remember getting frustrated and holding it and just snapping the controller in half by accident, just shattering it.
Hulk.
Now that's because it was a weak build, but internally I interpret that as, man, I am manly. I've just hulked out this controller.
That's so funny.
You know,
I mean, you could do that to an $18 controller, you know, and not feel too bad.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Why
I should
do
have brought
they-
one on for you to break.
Yeah.
Well, now those are going to be worth
I was
something.
gonna say, yeah. Imagine all the GameCube Mad Catz controllers out there that would be worth bank.
For their Dreamcasts.
Did you ever have any interesting like third-party controllers? I remember having one
Yes, with
back for
with turbo mode.
Yep.
yeah, I had one for
Sega.
Super Nintendo to play Street Fighter 2. I think it was Championship Edition or Super Street Fighter 2, and it had all the moves programmed into it. So you'd pick your character,
my gosh.
and then you'd have the buttons for every super move.
Yeah.
It was so cheap.
Remember the Super Nintendo when like you could buy the arcade edition of a controller? It's just like this box with a joystick. Those were terrible, but like they wanted like arcade experience, and so people preferred them for fighting
Oh yeah,
games.
all my Korean friends would always use arcade sticks for all of the fighting games.
That's so funny.
All the clicking and clanking and
Yeah,
stuff on
they
their
don't
laps.
they don't work, so that was probably a bad choice because they don't make them anymore. So
I think it's because they get abused too much. Like the way you play those controllers, there's not a tough enough build for a quality version, right?
yeah,
You're gonna tear that stick right out of there eventually.
yeah, that's exactly right.
Talking about my Korean friends back in the day, I had 2 Korean friends who were brothers. I won't say their name because I don't know if they want to be named on the internet. But we would play King of Fighters, and then one would like inevitably do a cheap move to the other one, and they would just throw the controllers down in real life and start fighting each other, just roll around the ground, punching and kicking.
As you just waited there. Until
Yeah, I'm like, is it my turn yet, guys?
That's funny.
I don't have your passion. So, you know, with Mad Catz gone, who can make us cheap crap hardware?
Faith in Whatever controllers coming soon.
Actually, the Nintendo Switch, apparently, according to some reports, there's after only a month after release, there are people reporting that that the hardware build is starting to have bad defects. For example, a number of people reported that around the power button, cracks are starting to go down their case.
The power button that is not pushed very hard.
Right.
Cracking.
It's just
So
actually one person, one of the people who caught this and really documented it quite a bit, believes it's because maybe the screws are too well tightened into the system, and it's creating pressure around the body. And after over time, only a month's time, cracks are appearing where that tightened pressure is.
Gosh, that's right. So I played. I touched a Switch for the first time today and played it. I thought the build quality actually seemed really good because of the metal. The metal they used to slide the controllers in, but I got the controller in my hand and it was just ridiculous. Like it was a controller for a tiny
It looks
person.
like a keychain.
Yeah. So, but it was one of my friends, my students. He had this.
It's like one of those old tigers.
No, it's like, is this a game
Yeah,
controller or
yeah.
do I have a virtual pet in here?
He had these attachments not made by Nintendo that you literally like insert the Joy-Con into and kind of close the lid down, and it adds more plastic for you to hold on to.
About a quarter of an inch of plastic.
Yeah, I mean it was still you could.
Oh, it's like a whole case encasement. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it made it tolerable, but it was just like it was just like this must be a joke. Like this could have been some like April Fool's video of like the size of Nintendo's new controllers, but that real. That's how they expect you to play with.
Well, I think we'll end this week with a bit of comparison.
Okay.
April is upon us, which means there's new games for PS Plus and new games for the Xbox Games with Gold. And when it's available, we like to do a little bit of comparison to see how the value is for both of these
It's an
products.
awesome graphic. I'm glad that I made that.
Yeah, we totally made that. We didn't take that from anywhere, right? You can't prove it because at least 10% of that is covered up.
Yeah.
So you don't know how much we've changed it behind here and behind me.
Right, that doesn't say games. It doesn't say gold down there. It says mold.
Yeah, mold.
Games
with
with
mold.
That'd be a great podcast.
So on the PS Plus side of things, there's a fairly new game that's being released with PS Plus owners for free called Drawn to Death.
Sounds familiar.
It's a David Jaffe game. That's the guy behind Twisted Metal.
Oh wait.
It's
Yeah, we
an
talked about this a couple weeks ago.
right. It's an arena shooter, but the graphics all look like it's sketched on paper,
Cool.
right, with the pencil. Also, I'm looking for this one. Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time is being
Is that
it's gonna be awesome.
tiny game, $5 game.
It's a $14.99 game, which if you watch game clubs, indie games play, we often complain that $14.99 is the new $9.99.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Inflation is ruining the video game.
think of it as a 2D ship flying game, except the ship has like 6 or 7 jobs in it, different kinds of guns, having to control the ship, all these things, and you have tiny little sprites. At least 2 of you, 2 real people, have to control the various jobs of the ship to
Okay.
make it.
And you
kinda-
run around inside the ship,
right, you run around inside the ship to do the jobs.
like faster than light, kind of.
Except you're like actually it's an action shooter.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think I might actually do a video about it because we might start doing every month 1 Games with Gold game and 1 PS Plus game for Game Club. Invisimals: The Lost Kingdom will be available for the PS3 owners, and Alien Rage for the PS3 owners, and 10-Second Ninja X
Wow.
will be available for PS4 and Vita owners, and Curse and Chaos for PS4 and Vita owners. Over
so
on the
many games.
Over on the Games with Gold side of things, you got Rise: Son of Rome. That was a launch game for the Xbox One.
Wow.
It's very comparable to, people compared it to God of War in the sense that it's 3D, it's, Greco-Roman era, killing hordes of people in third person. Beautiful graphics, not a lot of substance beyond beautiful graphics and hack and slash.
Yeah, hack and slash.
The Walking Dead Season
Finishing
2
moves.
is available with Games with Gold this
Oh.
month, which is nice. Probably trying to get people on board for Season 3, which they're trying to sell you right now. Darksiders, which is if you were to take Zelda and throw in the Apocalypse,
All right.
you actually, in Darksiders, the first one, you play the Rider Death.
So a cute little kid with blonde hair.
Not the Rider Death, the Rider
Um,
War.
chasing
excuse me.
chickens and zombies.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
You play the Rider War in Darksiders 1, which
So
is
you're a
this. No, you're not a kid. You're the Rider War. So you're like the horse rider, like of the Apocalypse.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. And then the second one, you're Death.
Oh.
Yeah, these are really quaint games, Christian
Yeah,
games.
just like Zelda.
Yeah. And then
Just like
Assassin's
Revelation.
Creed Revelations. Is that a good game, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's
That was the third one of the Ezio
Yeah, it wraps
trilogy,
up
right?
Ezio's story.
Is
So-
it fun? It's not just the same thing, but a new place.
Well, I mean,
Depends on what you mean by
any
that.
sequel is.
Well, I don't know. I heard that.
They added a tower defense mini game in that one,
I like Assassin's
remember
Creed.
that.
They're fun.
where you set up your assassins and stuff.
Now, I like to top off these comparisons by looking at the retail value of both. By the way,
Okay.
IGN.com offers a wiki. It's where we get this info.
That's a good way to look at it.
all
all about the
and
value.
this is the closest it's ever been. The PS Plus side of things is worth a total of $84.94, and get this, Chris, the Games with Gold side is worth $84.96. There's
Yeah,
a
okay.
2-cent
I
difference.
doubt that's an accident.
Well, they've been really lopsided in the past. In fact, last month it was $159.94 versus $89.96.
I know,
Well,
but
$89.96
they started
again?
listening to Game Club and were like, "Oh,
Oh snap! We gotta
Yeah, we're
fix
telling
this.
people to buy which one ever worth better value. So
Yeah.
gotta fix that. So I used to have PS Plus and I loved it, and I just couldn't keep up the payments. I had to sell my car to keep my PS Plus
Yeah.
payment. No, but and one thing that what's a total bummer is that you can't play those games anymore unless you renew your subscription. So in
Exactly.
my head, someday I will renew.
You want to
so I
watch
can
Netflix?
play
You
all
got to
the
pay
games.
your bill.
Yeah, it's true. It's a new way to look at games, but when I get
It's a
PS4
nude way
someday-
to look at games too.
I guess so. So I'm gonna say PlayStation Plus.
All right. Well, Chris, I think that's it. We at Game Club want to thank you for watching this video, and if you would please like, subscribe right here, watch a couple extra videos, and keep playing games.